I'm the Baffle Bigfoot guy with some highlights of 3 sightings in one place that just happened 2 months ago. Less than 5% of researchers actually see Bigfoot over and over again. But do you think that any one of them has ever looked at one in the eye this closely? Why they come to me is I have a method that I've learned. Of all these Bigfooters out there, no one's looked at it in the eye and looked at it this close just 2 months ago. I think it's the hottest footage out there. But you know, everybody thinks their footage is the best. But I'll show you the method where they come to me and I spend time. I sat with them for an hour and then these types of things happen. Woo! White, 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 white. Theory is, see, I'll show you that there is a method, and I actually track them, and they kind of want to wonder or know me because of the way I track them. Like, they can identify every single person on their different ways. Some use GPS, some bring guns. None of those are my intentions. I like to just turn my camera and walk away where most people would run up. I do none of those things, and I'm in tuned. As soon as I turn on my phone and I'm seeing all kinds of structures, they seem to be active and little signs as I'm walking towards the big, bend, beautiful forest. I'm going to tell you what it takes to be a Bigfoot woodsman and Bigfooter and to look for other signs that I think is more of an adventure almost than finding them. And show you is this little thing of flowers. See, it's October here. The structures are all out there. The marker tree to its entrance, see it right there? That's this marker tree, and it's in these little bushes, the 4 seasons. But look, right here in this little pine tree thing, there's a big old sapping of sugar. Like, I can take it like that and eat it with these flowers. And I have plenty of nutrients. Now, what's so funny about that is in every single Survivor show I've ever seen, I've never seen anybody tree sapping to get sugars. They call like the Bigfoot mask, and it's always on the way, like behind you on the way out. See how that kind of looks? That is essentially what the Sasquatches look like. This is, look at that, that's white poop. That is white poop. That means bones, from what I've learned. So you see that one right up there? That is all stripped of bark, all the way up. And it's leaning right up on the edge of something that's also stripped of bark, like it's rubbing up there. Like, sometimes they take these things and rub them around. This one right here, that's what we call the field goal. And most of the time they're small. But apparently they make it look like, see how they baffle you? They just make it look like the whole tree broke. And I don't even know if it's the same tree. There's that. So let me see. There's that to that. But look, everything I'm going to show you in here is to the scale of tenfold. Like, they're in here like 100%, like type of thing. But I don't think I can see them in here. In here, unless I spend a whole lot of time. Like, I know they're around. Like, here's a little something I'm seeing right there between the 2 trees. Oh. White, some white, some white, some down there. If I can zoom out, it'd be better, maybe. And I'll let them know when it's in here, because I don't like to be rude. I don't like to just step into their thing, but I do like to go back when it's a magical place. So the whole mess, like this one just fell. You know this one just fell, right? But look at the crisscrosses that they do with the lumber, up and over and crossed. See, it's totally changed. This whole thing has totally changed. I mean, it changes every time, and it's not just the fallen ones. It's just, look, everything's broken in a weird way. It's making an A here. It's rubbing up there. There's a lot of water in here. I know they come out from back there somewhere, but everything in here for 100 yards is to this magnitude. Everything. Like, I'll walk in here, like this snake stuck in there, and there's another field goal wide. That is bluntly putting it in your face, because both of these are different types of trees than what's in between there. And that one's even been broken. And the white stick means something to them. You see the water's piling up. I can't exactly get to. The main spot is over there. And I just dug in. This is one of those holes around it. Check this out. My stick just went in that far right here, and anywhere else it cannot. Big old holes that they have underneath these markers. There's a little crisscross. I'm gonna have to maneuver around, but there's loopers and benders up here, and they're big ones. They're bigger than the ones in Colorado. Like, let me just tell you, look how big this is. It's huge. And the lean, look at the logs they placed on top of this. Look at that. That's placed up there. That's placed right there on top of it. And look at it from this side. I mean, that's a field goal. See, and there's the wise. Look at that trident. It's perfect. And it's pointing up to the sky. And it's kind of strange for me. I usually get them down in Florida. And over here they have them halfway between the sky. But you want to see an X, and what marks the X next to an A. These are big time signs. Field goals. Not just a leaner with two parallels, X's, but to each A's. Look at this. I bet you this tree is triple broken. So broke. 1, 2, 3. They usually place those over trails and break them 3 times. Now, it's just getting started. Look at the A, and it comes down to make this X. This is their shit. This is their home. It's right on the side. Look at the geometry in this. Well, they didn't force me to walk through it just to show you this, but I'll go ahead and do it. See how these roots are even going all the way down into the water, and this is what we call a bog. And the theory is that the bogs, I'm seeing a little something right there. The theory is that the bogs are kind of like, oh! This is a face made to be, or he turns into one. It's not gonna run off no matter what it is. I'll have to walk up to it in a minute. They come out from back there. So maybe I should kind of do that, but, so anyway, these water bogs are like, they don't get water in them. They usually remove them with sticks, so it's using real clean. But look at the magnitude of this trident. That thing is a trident and a half. Like, you talk about these little tridents, and I say we don't get the side, we get sideways Y's. How the heck is that Y perfectly up? So where I'm getting at here is, like, a lot of these signs end up leading to Bigfoot. Sometimes I like the adventure better than just to feel them out. But if anybody has stumps, it's Florida, because we have fallen trees and the whole dirt comes up. And at the tops of them, they'll leave an X's, and they'll leave a stick coming out, and they'll make a face in it almost all the time. And there'll always be some water around it. A double parallel system. Double parallel. So there's the big leaner thing. Here's, but it's pretty small compared to that leaner. There's another double parallel. There's a few stumps in here to make it look like it. So I think what I should do is try to film behind me when I get up to this area, I think there's going to be a nest. And I'm going to assure you that something right around in here is going to be out of place. And one of them is the fact that I can just walk up and down these footsteps like nothing. Right here. X. Something placed on there, and look at that little one that's connecting it so it won't leave it. And just crisscrossed. And what I found sometimes is what this means, besides the fact that they can hollow out and eat it, are families. And you can even see this fern root. Well, that's another one of those things where I said we'll get the sugar off of with the root. See, they eat the bottom of the root. Might be a little eating place. You can already see it's all been eaten out in the middle. And they'll grind it out into little grinds, like you'll think it's like an animal or something. This stick is stuck in there, but there's a big one, pretty big one, a smaller one. So usually it's 3. Sometimes they do it up to 5 with some connections. Look how fresh that is. Even that, it's going back between there and around and wedged down. And like everybody just walks by it and says, "So what?" We gotta look for something, don't you? We can find a Bigfoot. No, they're right behind here, but let's do this stump phenomena thing, because I've seen one turn into something and then disappear. I think it's what kind of like what I was saying earlier. It's like this. There's a hole. See, they practiced one. It didn't quite make it. And we all know there's holes, but maybe they just like move it, and that's like a marker. Like this is the Bigfoot face and marker to its underground entrance. And it is pretty much, because there's another trident, and this is a low one, very low one. Woo! How you guys doing? All right, I think I just heard a little something. Quietly, but look, there's something stuck up here. Let me show you. This is a Y. You gonna go underneath there? That's another sideways Y. Now, how did that all of a sudden get to Y? It just broke into right there. It's up in the air, so it's a side Y up in the air. Like, isn't that what I pretty much just described? And I haven't been here in like 2 years. It's one of my favorite places, but I don't like to disturb them or disrespect them all the time. And about to take you back here where I think there's a little nesty. We'll film behind me and see if I can get anything out of it. And this is what, there's even a little bridge to me. And that's pretty, looks like it's pretty filled up with water. A lot of times that means a hole, or a hole down to something else is falling up, falling up, falling up, falling up. I don't want to slip off the log right now. I don't really see too much other than something on the top. So I'm gonna leave that alone for a second. But I have white bark in here, so they'll like grind it up like cereal. I've seen it. I thought it was another animal. I sat right next to it all day long. It's a freaking stick Sasquatch. It's a totally weird creature. You know, I'm hunting Bigfoots, and sometimes I see cryptid animals. It's kind of weird. I don't know if they think that we know everything, or they pass that knowledge on. But look at this one right here. I got a big time face in here, and look at this right there. You see it? Hello? What you doing there? Hello? See him? He's right in the middle. Total face in there, you know. Whoa. In there, you know. Whoa. In there, you know. Whoa. Did you just hear that coming out from back there? Sound like a freaking machine. You can't hunt in here. This is a preserve. So look at it. There's another Bigfoot right there, face onto this thing. The top, like it has its own crown. It's like a little bird bath thing. That's no coincidence, like it's carrying another one. Just look at the Bigfoot face if you can see him. It's kind of hard to see. It's almost like a lot of this stuff is angles. He's right there. So let's make a little bridge across. It's right back there. Look at all the crisscrosses and everything. Gotta watch out for snakes, especially stepping on a snake crossing. Left me a crossing. And this is kind of like how I found one of mine. It left me a freaking bridge, a log bridge across a moat, and I basically walked right up into it. I just heard a howl right there. I think I've seen some things. I'm getting close to the area, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this like this. Golly, I just can't do it. This tree is something right around it. I'm hearing them now. Not supposed to be this far in, especially in the rain. I'm seeing some big time adventure tracks. Animal trails are good. Big time adventure tracks padded all the way through here. And here's another one of those big structure things right behind me that's also onto a broken limb and a Y. I would think that the Bigfoots would come at me from behind the forest. Behind me, right in front of me, is this big bender, the Ys, and the whole thing that you just looked at. And I would think they'd come from back there, and I think it has a nest up in here, and it's moved it. The last time I had something, all this stuff changes. So what I'm saying is, yeah, the sticks fall in different ways, but there's stuff like that will just change. Like you want to know, like this big bender will just be gone, or a big old mound, or that thing right through there, just like the stick and everything will be gone, like the whole mound. I feel like this thing ain't even starting to look like a Bigfoot in front of my eyes. Like, see how it's like, look at that, looks like it has eyes right there, but see, I can't see that from right here. So that's why I like this camera a lot. The pixels pick up really good. But anyways, I seen them move entire hills of dirt, and I'm talking about like how they go underneath the ground. This has all been beaten down in the dirt. So there is this another white acorn. That's really unusual. Need acorn and poop it out or something. Only supposed to be bones. There's building me bridges. It's like I can walk across the bog. It's gonna be right back in over here. I can see the bridges it's built. It's right back in, at least the last time it was. I actually couldn't get all the way to it and walked out and left me this mushroom on the trail. Here's another area. Seat. That's a seat. See how dried out and circle places they're sitting. So I found 3 seats so far. I found the field goals, which are like, you know, the holy grail of structures mixed in with the other stuff. This stick is also placed here. This is 100% seat of it right here. You can just see how this sits here, and you can see why. See the why, but it's 3 breaks. 1, and then breaks this way, and then breaks that way, and this is 1, 2, two trees that have grown together somehow. I don't know how they move them. I think sometimes, or make them grow together. I do know that they will uproot them to get to the underground. There's a whole trail, and I can tell by the way I'm walking, it's almost like a side step walk that I'm trying not to walk its way because I just can't do it. It walks. Oh, what a mess up. That was planted there. See the A, everything. There's another bridge. That's alright, you know, if they want me to come in. Oh, it's got a couple of them. I think it's right in there. Last time it was, it's right up there, I think. Right down in there somewhere. Last time I changed it. That's a couple of years ago, you know. So I guess it's kind of a good thing I left it alone for a while. Oh, this thing, these things. Like a lot of times what they'll do is they had a ring over here, like a whole circle of trees that they broke into a ring. And for some reason or another, that whole ring, somehow they break the trees. It was like a whole circle. It looks like kind of like a portal, almost like a big loop circle. Like I can stick my head, probably jump through it, type of a thing. In some cases, maybe stick my head through it. But when I go back, they take. There's something moving all back here. Whoa. That's a Bigfoot. I told you. Or deer. Is it deer? Wow. Whoa. I better get out of here. I told you I was. I gotta get out of here. I told you it was. Same thing they did. They're really active right now. Can't hear anything because of the water. You can hear me in a second here. I don't want to get too close to it. I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna come out and start doing that. I brought some gifts too. I got some incense I'm gonna light. I told you I was on its own. It's gonna make me walk all the way back out this way. I stepped right probably on top of one of those stumps and came out. Did you hear it? They sniff around like, and they try to breathe you. Like they're breathing too. They don't like it at all. Another encounter, holy shit. That was no deer with all the white poop. And right where I said the nest was, now I didn't make it out. Hope I don't get stuck in here and it doesn't trap me in here. That's, I hear it coming back behind me. It sucks. I gotta get out of here. Hope it's not hunting me, but this is a big ol' X. That's that triangle. It's back there. I gotta make it through this tall stuff here, man. It sucks. It's getting late. I drew a map to get in here this time. The stump's all uprooted. Stuff's been dug out underneath here. This thing's been here for a while. It didn't like that. It's still back there walking around. And if I could see how really easy if I was an animal that lived out here, I'm screwed. So, I gotta make it out of here. I just had an encounter for a third time this year. They're really, really active this year. More than ever. No, I mean more than ever. It's just, they don't come out and breathe and start jumping around like that. I just don't do that. It's give me a path. I'll take it. Let's see where I have to go. We're supposed to go. Here's another Y on branches. Right out there. Oh, Lord, be with me. This is Hurricane Helena. You can see the benders in here. I see them. But more importantly, it's what's behind me. Big tall stuff. This Expedition Bigfoot stuff right here. This is where your cookies get dropped. Maybe give it a little stick in the face. And all that. Problem is, my keys are in my bag. Another cleared out spot. This is where I find the bones and stuff. A lot of times. We keep checking through here. If I should give it a low or just get out to the open. I wanted to get out in the open. I'd prefer it after hearing that. I think that's a deer. I'm not. There's more. See, there's a couple bones down here. It didn't look like that. Almost to the open. Right here. There's some string. Back up. That was crazy. Holy cow. I have to keep recording just to leave. Wow. Did you see how I startled that thing up? Coughing or something. Get in your seat. Look at the roundness now. They're all over the place. Oh, it's right behind the trail. Ew. Even it smells kind of thick in there. Alright. I got a little gifting for it. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. And it's one of the reasons why I call myself Baffle Bigfoot guy. And that's the fake trail. This is the real one. Careful stuff like that. I'm gonna do it right about here where the entrance is. Alright. So besides the fact I had this little guy on me and I basically walked right up on him, see him come out. Stepping all around. Deer ain't gonna do that many times. You think a Bigfoot knows where you're at. Deer, they act differently, like I said. They get surprised. What's that up on the tree? I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Anyways, I just want to make sure he ain't around. So I'm gonna gift it back real quick. And this is my setup that I got. Let's see what I got.